Soviets and Soviets of the Red Army, how y'all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And this is Rangru. Hello, hello, hello.
And folks, we are back with Season 4 now of the SD2 League. I can safely tell you, we are on Ciano, and it kind of sounds like it is an ally v ally matchup, but we got ourselves some real Cold War stuff going on, Rang. Who's fighting them with what?
On the left hand side in blue, we have ourselves the Karma playing 2nd Infantry Division with a flatline income. And on the right hand side in red, we have ourselves a Herr Robert playing 3rd Guard Tank Corps with a Maverick income.
But we are seeing early that 3rd Car Tank Corps is dropping in tons and tons of smoke. So looking at the super aggressive Ultimate Cheeky and PTRSs in there. Not surprising, and in fact we're going to see a lot of these like early squads just getting shreked and blown to shreds. And the PTRSs, what the heck, guys? Guys! Turn around and
They're
shoot!
doing the Steve McQueen.
I know, you're not going to Switzerland.
I
Oh my
think
god,
they
he's
are
still
at this
going.
point.
Oh my god, look where he's putting those. That's awesome.
He's blocking all line of sight so the PTRSs can run away. That is such a ballsy maneuver of the PTRSs. I love it.
But it's so, like, again, at this point, Karma's got to creep forward. He's got to creep forward the entire way. So that's brilliant.
And now he's
Big
got the
issue.
2nd charge.
Yeah, and that's the thing. At this point, you've got to know that your early squads here are going to get kind of found out. Down south, not quite the same kind of gusto being used here, but it's much easier to do this on the northern side. It's much more of a straight shot.
Yeah, that was a really impressive, like, early aggression there from her, Robert. I mean, now he's got all the Avtos and other proper infantry coming
yeah.
in, so rifles are going to be cleared up. And just looking at it, I feel like he's going to capture his town. He's got Sherman backed up here. Yeah, it's just a really good push of, like, some good artillery work.
Well, the basics are being brought on in to start trying to clean up and find out these PTRSs. He's got one squad of basics being placed to that northern side. He's going to find out that PTRS squad there. But I don't know if it's going to be in time still. I would be surprised that the mortars, why are the mortars not dropping more smoke?
Think you're out of ammo? Smoke ammo? Most of it.
No, not even close.
Oh, yeah.
I do love this 45 mil, which is covering this approach, and of course the basics are forced to pile out now.
Yep.
But the M4A3 with that 105 howitzer, that's going to prove decisive in that early time combat.
He was definitely in a very advantageous position because that's actually going to stop her Robert from completely capturing the town, and I'd be dissuaded from capturing the town if someone was shooting a 105mm howitzer towards me. I don't know about you, Carl.
Well, you know what? I think I'd just be honored that someone was firing a 105 howitzer at me in the first place.
Think about how expensive the shell is.
Exactly,
Back,
exactly.
Back in.
Well, at that point, at least I'm worth a $5 target, man.
That's true.
At that point, I'm like in the shooting gallery of life. I have found my value. Now, the funny thing that we've talked about just before we went live here is that this is the Lend-Lease division of Shermans. You can see the MTRs already engaging with 57 mil, not able to penetrate its own tank, and might even go down. No, gets a kill just as he falls. But
life for
yeah,
life.
Not exactly the best thing when you're giving your opponent the very equipment they're going to use to kill you. It's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how you put it like that now.
By the way, one PTRS squad moves further south. PTRS squad to the north was able to kill that basic squad that was brought in, but now you can see a flamethrower moving in to take him out.
Yeah.
And I think that early rush, while an absolutely beautiful idea, is starting to run out of momentum here.
Yeah, I think really it comes down to that 105 Sherman just completely stopping any major advance, and Karma's being able to hold it back with his own Shermans as well as the basics to start pouring in. But I think it's going to be a pretty hard task here for Karma to really penetrate deep into the town.
I just love, by the way, the PTRS squad to the north throws one smoke before him, throws a smoke behind him, and is like, dude, I'm ducking. Like, I got places to be, bro.
We're going to continue this game of hide and seek elsewhere.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, first plane's coming on in P-38J. Yeah, he's going to hit that guard squad and really swing the front lines back into his favor, I believe. Wow.
What guard squad? I don't see him anymore. Where'd he go?
If you look at the bottom of that cavern that used to be the ground, and look at all those body parts, I think you might have found them there.
Ah, I can see now, thank you.
Well, you can see clearly now because the trees are gone. So,
Yes, yes,
um,
I can.
now the funny thing about this, I mean, perhaps funny is the wrong term. Wait, is that what kind of artillery? Oh, well, stovepipes. Okay. Um, the thing to remember though that these are the guard squads that have themselves those PTRSs. So while often, sorry, the DPs anyway. So while often so much of the Soviet infantry, kind of in that close range anti-tank role is pretty substandard, you gotta watch out for the DPs in this case. And memory serves, doesn't the third guards get a fair number of them, don't they?
Yeah, they got pretty decent like guard span for a tank division. Really, the main like gimmick of the guard is the Sherman span because the Shermans are really good, and also the few IS-2s which you can get as well.
Well, you can see one of those down below actually. The IS-2 Cambrotti gets brought on in, and here's the developing attack. Automachikis, the guards backing them up, flamethrower squads are going to fall pretty quickly, but I think we're going to slowly see basics being brought to the north, got to the PTRS squad. We have a couple of weapons and placements, but I think they're really far out of position to actually do any kind of supporting fire into this town fight that's developing right now in the south.
Yeah, I believe it was. Did they have? They have 1.2 kilometer range, so not really the best range at their distance, really.
And not for nothing, but you have a lot of shot blockers in the area, really, from
Yeah,
all the town buildings. It's
pretty
not
tough.
really the best way to hold out.
And I think if they were to shoot, it'd be an IS-2 which would want to say hello with a 122 mm shell.
Well, he's a very friendly person. I understand that.
Hmm.
Here's the M1919. Start shooting downrange. But,
Not gonna do much.
no. I think there's been loose rumors about suppression getting updated a little bit on machine guns, but I couldn't speak to that 100% for sure. I don't know. Part of me feels like the M1919 doesn't quite get enough suppression,
Yeah,
but maybe it's the distance.
a lot of the a lot of the machine guns in game are pretty rubbish, frankly. Like for the most part, if you need a support high explosive weapon, you always take an infantry support gun over a machine gun.
Exactly, and I think there's a fair reason for that though too.
Yeah, one just shoots little bullets, the other one shoots a big bullet.
That's absolutely right. Now the funny thing is we're going to see a couple of Shermans being caught out here. Guard from the back is going to start. Oh no, dude, please. He's showing you his heels. Start firing, my friend. There we go.
Yeah,
Okay,
this northern push is going really well for Karma. Like he's slapping back pretty hard. And I think it's just due to the Sherman fire support.
Yes, unfortunately those the 45, sorry, the M42 45 mils, not enough to retard any kind of progress there.
Hmm.
Doing a quick look at guys still behind enemy lines. There's a basic squad in the PTRSs that apparently decided to live in the same neighborhood. But down to the south, there's actually a bazooka squad who's trying to go really far hide up. And actually, if you look at that, the main arterial coming in, he gets some really cheeky kills.
Oh yeah, that's. I'm liking how we've been seeing recently people trying to do sneaky flanking maneuvers with anti-tank teams. It brings me back to the old war game days where you try to get behind the enemy line with like a recon squad to blow up the enemy CV, which is pretty much kind of like the same thing.
Tow troops,
Yeah.
all tow troops for the win.
Yeah, it's pretty much been a strategy in all of Eugene games of camping the enemy spawn. It really has been.
Why fight fair if you could
Yeah.
fight over there?
Exactly, you know, you play Rouge, you're about to bring out your German tanks, and all of a sudden there's like 20 Lancaster bombers. Where did they come from? You don't know, it doesn't matter, your tanks are dead.
Now, I'm kind of amused by the fact these flamethrower squads to the south have been able to keep most of the guards at bay. Yes, squad by squad, they are going to get picked out, but if you just see all the fire and flame, this is a shockingly effective hold. It held far longer than I thought they were going to anyway.
Yeah, the Americans really should just considered only having flamethrower guys in their army. Just everyone has a flamethrower. That'd be pretty scary.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and in World War I context, completely outside the rules of war.
Yeah.
Now, to your conversation before about the northern attack really developing, they have a discount 85 mil, the wannabe 88 over on the Russian side here.
Yeah.
Was shelling a couple of these Shermans, but it looks like he's getting caught out right now. And I'm kind of fascinated to see who really engages these MTROs right outside to the east of the town.
Yeah. It's funny enough that the Russian Shermans are actually better than the American Shermans. the A2 model, while Americans only have the A1.
Actually, I never really appreciated the fact that the ammo loadout's actually a little bit more effective over on the Soviets. Yeah, they have a little bit
Yep.
less of the M2, but outside of that, I mean, that's way more AP, way more HE. Like, it's really, really strong.
Yep. They're pretty good Shermans. And holy crap, that is... I mean, that is only 60mm mortars, but it's what you really need to scare off a bunch of people.
Well, and I love that we've been seeing a return to... Wait, what's shooting at those Shermans? Oh, the M-Chop behind
Sherman.
lines. I do love that we've been seeing a return to actual committed artillery pieces and not just the infantry support guns. I love seeing that. I feel like that
Yeah.
it's so much more dynamic. It allows for so much more placement. So I don't know.
Yeah. And 2nd Infantry's a really good artillery division,
Yes.
as they have the 60mm mortars, which are cheap and do a lot of fire support. And then all their regular mortars have bloody radios, so they are just bullseye accurate.
Well, and the Pack Howies are getting brought on in too. So
Oh boy.
I'm actually fascinated to see what happens as these Tanko Desantniki come into these Shermans right here. This is going to turn into a highway of hell. Oh my god.
The tank does
Yeah,
need
there's
to bring a tank, but
yeah,
they're a bit
a
tanked
single
out.
tank.
Oh, Amcha's doing pretty good, Joe.
Yeah, but
Good one.
I mean that entire push,
Yeah.
completely backstopped. You can see right now these M2s are just caught completely out. You're gonna have to wait until the Studebaker resupplies this mortar, it'll be smoke dropped, and then you'll see the Tanko Desantniki being pushed on in. But that's still a good, what, 30 seconds away, pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so northern, like, it's kind of rigged for both sides in a tank-on-tank battle, because they're both using the same tank, so it's very even Stevens.
True.
I
Excuse
can
me.
think in terms of anti-tank, because the 57 mils up north for 2nd Infantry would be pretty effective, where I believe 3rd Guard only get access to Zis 3s and no Zis 2s, if I recall, which aren't that much of an improvement over just using Shermans. Yeah, they might get
Well,
Zis 2s, I'm not entirely sure. But they do have IS 2s, which will definitely blow
yeah, I was
up
gonna say. We see someone coming over to say hello pretty
a bazooka up
strongly
north.
here. I beg your pardon?
The bazooka up north, look at him. He's rating for the perfect target.
Oh, well, he's gonna find it in that MTRA.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have felt even more accomplished. Wait, mortar team, where's that going? Yep, mortar's dropping smoke down. Here comes a tank with this Niki, and the MTRA goes down. That is rough.
Lovely. And then we still got this other bazooka team behind enemy lines rating for the perfect time. If he can knock out an IS-2 from spawn doing that, that would be extremely valuable.
Oh, that would be beyond cheeky. That would just be like one of those moments you just want to cry. But the tank with the Niki to the north, engaging with those troops, and those poor basics, they are just out of basic, and they're not going to be able to hold up to too much fire for too much longer. The guards sitting in that support role, perfect.
Basically, they're gonna die.
Bazooka squad, shots up, kills another one.
Nice.
P-47's they're really keeping this at arm's length here.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing we don't often really go on about is the Indian head, like, support air is just really quite stellar.
Yeah, those P-47s and the P-38s are both really good airplanes, especially the 47s, is, even if they do drop their payload, they're still a very scary fighter/ground support plane, as, you know, just being strafed out by 850 cows is not good for anyone's health, really.
Oh my gosh, the bazooka team's gonna get another one. Here it goes. Oh no, he's holding fire now?
Go along.
Aw.
I think he's rating for the perfect tank target. I'm quite surprised that Robert hasn't figured this out yet.
I think he has. I just think he's not adequately placing resources. Mortar just went down, by the way, to the north. Studebaker without any kind of takers for the moment. Yeah, the tank with this on Niki, they're trying to get into that forest, but they're dropping too far out.
Yeah, it's actually developing pretty interestingly, as Karma is in the lead by 13-11, and he has a pretty good points lead in total. But Robert does have a pretty good hold on the entire southern end of the map, which is keeping him in the game. I don't think he's going to be able to regain his northern position. It's just too heavily entrenched here from Karma, so maybe trying to push somewhere on the center or the southern side would be his best bet.
But I don't think it's going to happen. The pack howitzers with the 105s, I don't see that being a... Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
see it being completely viable. But we do have one to the north. He's using these as anti-tank
I
guns. This is
know.
a really interesting play.
Yeah, he just blew up the Sherman, and we know he's used them specifically as anti-tank as he turned off the high explosive and smoke shells.
Yeah, that's a very interesting decision. IL-2 is going to come in to bomb the ever-living bejesus out of him, of course,
Oh.
but curious.
I do love seeing when people do use those artillery guns as anti-tank weaponry, because some of them have ridiculous armor penetration values.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Mortars, in the meantime, looking to engage and push back the IS-2 as well as the guards to the north. Should be fine. It's not going to be completely stellar, but I mean, it's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. We
We
are
have a moment
seeing
of relative calm.
smoke up north, so I feel like the calm is
Oh,
about to subside as we're going to be seeing a tank Desolnese keepers. Can't get enough of those guys.
yeah, but but look where they're dropping off. That's weird.
Is he dropping off before
Oh,
smoke?
yep.
Oh,
But here's the right play though too. Honestly, if my opponent's dropping smoke in front of me, I'm gonna start dropping just high explosive all over that junction, all over that road. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, remember guys, when you see smoke, you need to respond back with fire.
Exactly. Exactly. And geez Louise, that 8-12-7 is not enough to immediately take down the IL-2.
Mm-hmm. We've got a second one coming in, so might be enough, but we all know it's an IL-2, he does not care.
Still
Yeah.
absurd.
Yeah.
But alright, here we go. 57 mil's gonna have a lot of company. He's taking out one MCHA, and the tank with Desant Niki, they're not getting anywhere.
Nope.
Nowhere fast.
We did kill the 57 mil at least, which is good, but the 105 has had to take his place. You know, maybe not for long.
Yeah, no, that guy's dead. Here it comes.
Bye-bye. Oh no, he's bombing the town.
Oh
never mind.
no!
Oh,
There's
there
still-
we go.
It's a Ranger Marauder. He's gonna go down hard. Here it comes.
Mm-hmm.
Willie Pete's and Zook's up. That's one.
I like how he's
He's gonna
falling
get the
back to
second one.
reload. You can at least get a really Pete off at least.
Yeah, he's unloading though, so the stars
never
did not
mind.
align perfectly for him. But this is where I throw in those P-47s. I don't like the fact that he didn't try to get at least the bomb loads off to get some kind of utility out of them. If I had to just criticize anything about that usage of air power.
Yep, and now her Robert has got a foothold back into the town. Arma is responding with a bunch of riflemen, as well as another anti-tank gun to try and secure out position, but yeah, just looking at it, this is a pretty good push here from her Robert. He's a bit light on, I say a bit light on armor support, but he has a bloody IS-2, so he should be fine.
Oh, here comes down to the south. There goes one of the IS-2s. So the Zook team behind enemy lines takes out the IS-2.
Oh wow!
There you go. There you go.
That
is a huge thing.
That's a bloody a 20-point unit to kill a 170th point unit. 180 points, so value.
Yeah, he definitely went to Jared's. So that's a perfect thing right there. Smoke being dropped on the eastern side of the town by the Americans this time. In fact, smoke all over there. So is that because of these? Yes, okay. This command group going on in 57 mil, a couple early rifles, and a late rifle squad.
Yeah. You're seeing a push here, kind of up north here from her, Robert.
I don't know though. If I had to call the tempo of this game, I still think I would give it to Karma at the moment. Theoretically, Herr Robert should be up and up quite a bit, and he's not quite getting that oomph in, you know.
Yeah, I think for her, Robert, if he really wants to take his own northern side, it's gonna come down to whether he can capture his town or not. And he's making good progress, but he still has a lot of points that he needs to catch up to. And once we hit sea face, his income is going to face dive.
which we are in that right now too.
No. Oh, we got Gabby on the field trying to chase down a PE2, and he does get the kill. So, Karma
I missed.
really investing heavily in
Oh,
air
there he is.
power. We got 5 bloody airplanes out, yeah, at the same time. That's...
Well, it doesn't count the ones that have already died too.
Mhm.
You know, to the north, the M3 howitzer takes out a Sherman, so well done there, sir.
Nice.
But I think he's getting himself. I think he's trying to get out to somehow get some sort of true good firepower. Ooh,
Ooh,
wow.
crap. This is
Another
like...
IS-2 down to the south. Oh my gosh! Please fire! Fire
Come
now!
on, come on! He's
Fire
ready for
now!
the race shot. Oh, he doesn't see it, I think. He just missed.
No, he got it. Oh no, he's barely missed. Oh man.
Yeah, I stood like, oh, what was that? It's like a guard in an old, like, stealth game. Just gets shot, but just continues going.
Sam Fisher moment right there.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Yeah, it would have been nuts if he got a second kill there without Zook. Because, yeah,
He still
the
might.
Northern Zook is still alive. Like, I don't think her robot is realizing this.
No, and there's another 37 mil moving in, so very interesting what's going on here with that. Ranger Marauders as well as the 57 mil in the north though get cleaned up pretty easily. It's kind of hard to fight when you have a bazooka as your close quarters weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So
If you shoot it at your feet, you can jump pretty far.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Believe me, right now, if I could be quoting Team Fortress 2, I would, but I do not remember the soldier thing anymore. There was a time and place I would have known that entire monologue. Not today.
Yeah,
I'm still laughing at the IS-2 to the south. That could have been
Yeah.
the hero bazooka team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're seeing a more second infantry heading into the town, and it seems like Karma has managed to halt that major offensive there from Robert. I think the other IS-2 got killed, or he relocated up north. Oh, he's going for like the far northern push. This is where the action is.
Well, there's a guard squad that's going to clean up one Zook behind enemy lines. So, if you look at his approach going on in, maybe he's not going to see them. That'd be very strange.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, your optics should be good enough. I guess exceptional stealth. If it hold fire, that's... Oh, man, that still hurts.
There we go. He sees and he shoots. The IS-2's gonna say hello in the best way he can.
We're not looking at the same guy. I was looking down to the south.
Oh, it's looking up north. Oh yeah, yeah. That's, oh god, it is crazy now you think about it. Yeah, it's, I guess because it's a two-man team. Yeah, they're pretty stealthy.
Yeah, but I guess it's one of those moments that I don't know. It feels very Hollywood. It feels very Hollywood.
They're just like the best, you know, stealth special forces Zook team.
Well, I'll tell you what's also the best.
Oh.
Here comes the IL-2 with 400 kilograms of bombs. That's going to just completely wipe out that northern position. They're all dead. Here comes. Okay. Yeah, not all dead, but mostly dead.
Dressed out at least.
Oh, at minimum, yes.
Yeah. Here comes Gabby. A bat out of hell, and down goes.
Sends another one to it.
Yep.
Now, I'm surprised we're not seeing more active play to get rid of these 37 mils, because Gabby was going to go down. There's three 37 mils. He's not going to get away from that.
Oh. Yeah, definitely some good mortar play on them would be a pretty good idea, but it seems like Karma... I mean, he did use his big artillery guns as frontline anti-tank pieces, and the 60mm mortars are mostly, like, okay. I mean, they're still kind of alive, which is better than not being alive.
There's a IS-2 that's just bouncing bazooka rounds like crazy. That is impressive.
Yeah, 200mm front armor is just enough to survive those heat shells.
The Ranger Marauders are getting like a 45 too, so I guess they're shooting at the absolute worst side of it.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go, yeah.
but it's been 14-10 for quite a bit of time here. Karma, despite going down early with a couple of territory issues, Mortar's gonna mortar his own dudes. Yep. Green on green,
Classic.
boys. Green on green. But Karma's had a pretty hefty control of this. I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't seen more of this push. When you see these two guard squads, and let's call it the nose of the red map. Why they haven't pushed west to pick on that with that basics, pick up this town right here, force an investment back a little bit, you know?
Yeah, like, seeing this whole central position is definitely a wasted opportunity from Robert, because he does have a good amount of equipment. Like, if he was to flank from down south up north into the northern town, that'd be a pretty good maneuver. Or trying to get onto the hill, like the enemy hill on the northern part. Yeah.
Forgive me, but Zook team behind enemy lines is going to die right now.
Yeah.
2 guards came in. He took out 1 squad of guards, so he's killed 240 points for his own 20 points. So hey, that'll work.
Yeah, it's definitely MVP of the match. But he's running from the border guards and he's not gonna get out.
Yeah, as I say, I've seen this movie. This is not going to end well for him.
No.
I think I would try to extend west though, make him continue to force the. Oh no! Wait. Is he going to make this out again? Oh my god!
Oh, is he? I think he's just gonna hide on the edge of the forest and hope to God that the guards just. It's some Metal Gear Solid shit right here.
Yes, that's how you play this game.
I bet you he's gonna put the Zuka squad into the same position and just continue shooting from that place. The guards are just gonna run around and be like, "Oh, where did he go?" Oh,
well, there's another bazooka team being brought forward, not quite to the same position, but oh my god, is the M3 gonna get another kill here? No, he's fine. Way to the other side.
I wonder how Her Robert's doing on units, because considering he's a Maverick income, he's probably running out of infantry and maybe tanks at this point, because he's been using his infantry pretty heavily, and also pretty heavy airplane play here from Karma. Just to really bomb the hell out of that forest, and I didn't like those trees either, they were a real eyesore.
I'm the Lorax, and I hate the trees. This P-47, I'm surprised he's making it out right now. Caster's Curse? He's still... Oh my gosh. I'm surprised he made it.
Yeah. They kind of pretty much negate your anti-air net by just overrunning it with P-47s, because they are pretty survivable aircraft.
There's an IS-2 come up this hillside to the south, and this is going to be interesting to me.
Yeah, he's all unsupported and alone, which is not the best move.
Well, between the Zook and the M3, and the Zook, meanwhile, it's just like, oh, we don't even need you guys.
God, bazookas have been so MVP in this match, man.
They really have.
Really funny, because usually the problem with second infantry is that the infantry don't have like good anti-tank, but he's been using those bazooka squads really well to negate a disadvantage.
Despite the fact that their line infantry doesn't have a ton of anti-tank, I really have to love the versatility and the kind of staying power of the second infantry. There's a reason that these guys are near the top of just like the allied divisional lists here.
Yeah, that really good division. Just you can't go wrong with a bunch of M1 Garens and Sherman tanks really, and bazookas and big flying airplanes with lots of guns. All you need to win a war.
I'm just going to go for a nice little cinematic shot of guards fighting off against riflemen to the north. Ooh, poor Ivan. Ooh, Joe just bought the farm.
They're all picked off like flies.
There is something boss about firing a DP from the hip, but I don't know how great that would be.
I also like, usually in the squads, the guy with the machine gun, if I still recall, is usually the guy that also carries a rocket launcher or anti-tank weapon. Which must be a real pain in the ass to have to carry two of the heaviest weaponry in the squad.
Well, dude, he's figuring you're already humping something. You might as well hump something else. mortars starting to put some more smoke down. If they try to, yeah, I think they're trying to go and just keep the Soviets just complete area denial in that forest. And we're seeing, at long last, seeing an off-map being called into the north of 203. Probably going to go and drop rounds on that. Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
And actually, even more at long last, the anti-air park's starting to get hit. Not crazily so. In fact, I think it's kind of well overdue here, but at long last we are going to see some firepower being placed upon them.
Yeah. We're seeing a Crocodile and a Hellcat being brought on up north, so some more heavy-duty fire support.
Well, it's a menagerie. You got to bring in all the animals, man.
I always forget that 2nd Infantry get both those vehicles, because they're really good complementary fire support vehicles. Like, Churchill's just a goddamn tank which doesn't blow up, and it also can shoot flames. And Hellcat is a pretty lean, mean, anti-tank killing machine.
It certainly is. We are going to see some more just artillery being dropped out of the infantry, which is probably a good call here to the north. In 1311 it remains, with Herr Robert facing defeat within 6 minutes.
Yeah. I think it's pretty safe he's going to lose this match, so do you want to take it to ×2?
Sure, let's do that. 31-35. 1 and ×2. But there we go. I mean, now we have this critical mass of mortars too. Just if you look at the north, there's mortar rounds falling everywhere. Like, that's absurd.
Yeah. Yeah, those 60mm mortars are so cost efficient for, they're 40 points. I mean, they're not a high, there's not much high explosive in that high explosive, but you don't really need. Yeah.
Well, and the amount of shells that they get in the first place is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Americans have got to be packing, you know?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just getting off vacation. I know how that is. You gotta make sure you just bring enough ordnance to level a small country.
You telling me you don't bring a pack of 40mm grenades whenever you go?
I do. I can tell you that the people I visit tend to not to, but you know, that's a different thing altogether. Hellcat, in the meantime, they're starting to get some shots in on the MTRA. Kind of, again, the funny thing for me is that I can't see the Hellcat just standing and firing, but, you know, games be games. Outside of that, I think you're right in saying that there's not the same level of troops over on Herr Robert's perspective.
Yeah, he's really just throwing tanks in now. He's pretty much seems to have run out of guards, and just looking at how heavily defended this northern side is and Karma's side, this is infantry and Zooks and planes and artillery all over the bloody place. It is Fort Knox. You're not going to break in.
No, I mean, you need to make sure you have some crazy plan and maybe a guy named Bond strapped to a bomb. But, interesting, we are still seeing some really cheeky kind of like drive-bys that are ending in some very, very significant losses over here for the Americans.
Yeah.
Last major push, this IS-2, he's trying to be, you know, aggressive here, and he's probably even going to take out his fair share of troops. But when you show your heels to a 57 mil, he's going to bounce on your side every time, apparently.
Yeah, I think he has like, yeah, he has
There we
110mm side armor, but not enough.
But regardless, I will say it is nice to get back to Steel Division like league play. I know there's also been talk. Hasn't there some fantasy thing going on right now with the league? Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, it's a planned. I haven't really kept up too much of it, but like a fantasy style tournament. I think like a fantasy league, but yeah, it's. I mean, SD League is such a integral part of like Steel Division 2 competitive play. It's always good seeing it, and this is the 4th season. It's been kicking since Steel Division 2's and even SD44.
Kind of crazy, man. It really is very incredible to think that the community is still alive and bumping after each of the various DLCs and the like. But as the last couple of seconds tick out here, congratulations to Karma. A little unfortunate for Herr Robert. I think he's had some bad losses here from those very, very cheeky Zuka teams. Yeah. And it kind of gets reflected over here in the kills. There's a couple of guys here and there, but nothing really too much to write home about. And losses. In P-38J, many ground kills. Rifles, many ground kills. Ranger Marauders, so see, the MCHA, 3 Tango Desantniki. Bazooka, MCHA, 4 squads. I mean,
Yeah.
these guys, it was absurd play from them.
Yeah, those bazookas were extremely valuable. We got a 57 mil that knocked out one, two,
Hmm.
three, four,
He's a
five
ground
tanks.
ace. Yeah.
And one of them was goddamn IS-2. But yeah, that was really good anti-tank player from Karma. I feel like Robert really threw everything in at the start of the match with that very good and effective early push, but he just couldn't keep that momentum against the, American Raw machine.
Certainly seems to be the case. But regardless, well fought to both players. Actually, I thought that early move by Herr Robert could have been, well, it was high risk, high reward.
Hmm.
Ended up kind of falling into that middle ground, but very unlucky. Had that gone even a little bit better, we probably could have seen some of the same kind of cheeky stuff from Karma
Yeah.
reflected over on the Americans' back lines. But
Yeah.
either way, certainly interesting to watch. Um, I think we're coming back with another couple of old friends over here on Thursday, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, folks, until then, take it easy. Until then, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangaroo, and take it easy.